Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. Arsenal star Bukayo Saka bounced back from a first-half penalty miss at the Santiago Bernabeu to help send the Gunners through to the Champions League semi-finals. After the dust settled on the 2-1 win, which wrapped up a 5-1 aggregate triumph, his message on social media was a simple one. Tagging himself at Real Madrid's famous stadium, the England forward shared photos of his second-half goal and his celebrations. The one-word caption on his Instagram post read simply, "Faith." Saka, who returned from hamstring surgery in time for the first leg win at home to Madrid, saw a first-half penalty poured to safety by Thibaut Courtois at the Bernabeu. He rebounded in style though, beating the offside trap and dinking the ball over the Belgian keeper to give Arsenal the lead in the 65th minute. Vinicius Jr. delivered an immediate equaliser on the night, but Carlo Ancelotti's side weren't able to ramp up the pressure with a second goal. It got worse for them in time added on, with Gabriel Martinelli finishing off a rapid break by slotting the ball calmly home. After the game, Saka also clashed with Real Madrid star Dani Carvajal in the tunnel, with teammate Ben White stepping in. However, after the game, he was focused on celebrating a momentous win for his club. A number of current and former teammates congratulated Saka in the comments under his post. "A night to remember," wrote Declan Rice, with ex-Gunners Granit Xhaka and Alexandre Lacazette among the others to share their own messages. Saka has spoken openly in the past about his Christian faith. The 23-year-old uses the hashtag #GodsChild in his Instagram profile and opened up about his religion during the 2022 World Cup. "I read my Bible every night," he said in December 2022. "For me, it's really important to have the presence of God in me all the time, and it gives me more confidence to know that God's plan is perfect, so I can go on the pitch and know that God has my back." After the win in Madrid, Saka reflected on the victory in a TNT Sports interview. Arsenal will face Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals after Luis Enrique's team claimed a 5-4 aggregate victory over Aston Villa, and Saka scored in a 2-0 home win over the same opponents in October during the league phase. "We showed that we can play in Europe and beat one of the best teams in the world, home and away," Arsenal's hero said. "Very proud of this team. Tonight was a big statement and I am so happy for everyone." "It can happen," he said when asked about his penalty miss. "I tried something, but it didn't work. I was confident I was going to score tonight. I learn in every moment. Tonight, I am more focused on enjoying the win and then I will review it properly." Arsenal defender William Saliba has been warned over the pitfalls of a possible transfer to Real Madrid. Los Blancos have widely been credited with interest in the Frenchman and are even said to have been in contact with his camp over a possible move. But former Gunners midfielder Emmanuel Petit has urged caution from both Saliba and Arsenal over coming to any agreement. Petit has warned his countrymen he would face a blank slate and have the difficult task of winning over the Madristas. Saliba is set to face Real Madrid in the second leg of the pair's Champions League quarter-final clash, having helped his side keep a clean sheet against the La Liga giants a week ago. The 24-year-old will hope to produce a similarly stingy performance on Wednesday night as Mikel Arteta's team defend a 3-goal lead. The France international is said to be on Real Madrid's transfer list for the summer of 2026, despite confirming his hope to become an Arsenal legend. And Petit believes the North London side would be foolish to consider selling a key member of their spine as they bid to add more talent to their squad. Drawing upon his own experience of leaving Arsenal for a La Liga giant, Petit has advised Saliba to exercise caution if he is considering a move to the Bernabeu. The pundit suggested the move might not pay off. "William Saliba is enjoying his time at Arsenal so far," Petit told Standard Sport. "He loves the way Arsenal plays and has become a different kind of player. He's now with the France national team because of what he has done with Arsenal. If he goes to Real Madrid, it's another story. It's the same with Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's one thing playing with Liverpool, where you have been loved by the fans for such a long time and won many trophies, but it's a different story when you go to Real Madrid. I have experienced that. When I left Arsenal, I was loved by the fans. When I went to Barcelona, it was a blank page, a new story that I had to write. I had to forget what I had done in the past and deliver with a new club. It will be the same with Saliba. I can understand that it could be a dream for a player to sign for the best club in the world, but the grass is not really greener outside. There's been a lot of speculation in the last few months about Arsenal spending a lot of money, the next transfer market, signing strikers, wingers, and I totally agree with that. But I've said many times recently, they have to be very aware of keeping their best players through the spine of the team if they want to improve, if they want to reach the next step. What does it mean if you bring top strikers in and then you lose your top defenders? Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta will be able to call upon Ben White and Thomas Partey for Wednesday's Champions League game away to Real Madrid. The news on Jorginho is less positive though, with the Italian midfielder ruled out through injury. The positive one, Ben White managed to train with us, Arteta told reporters. Yeah, Thomas is available. He felt good after the last few days, and he's fine. Arteta also confirmed Jorginho was not here for the game in Spain. The former Chelsea star was injured late on against Brentford on Saturday and left unable to breathe, according to the manager. And he joins the likes of Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus on the sidelines. He said he could not breathe properly, so it might be to do with one of the ribs, the Arsenal boss said after the weekend game. It is strange because Jorgi normally carries on, so that means it is something significant, I think. Partey was also withdrawn against Brentford, with the boss saying Arsenal didn't want to take any risks, while White missed the game entirely. However, both are available on Wednesday. Arsenal claimed a momentous 3-0 win in the first leg, with Declan Rice scoring twice from direct free kicks and Mikel Merino adding a third. The tie isn't over though, with Arsenal chasing a first run to the semis of the competition in more than a decade. I think it is exciting, the history, yes. We have never won the competition, he said. We are trying to do something now where we can dominate the European competition. Arteta was also full of praise for midfielder Rice, the hero of the first leg win. The 26-year-old has already won one European trophy, captaining West Ham to Conference League glory in 2023, and now has the chance to add another. I think he's creating a story with us. That moment will be in our history for a while, Arteta said. It is about creating more, and I think he is going to have to believe he is capable of creating those moments. Real Madrid have never come back from a 3-0 first leg deficit in Europe, but have delivered momentous comebacks in recent years. Last season, they trailed in their semi-final against Bayern Munich with just 2 minutes remaining, only for super sub Joselu to send them through with a quick-fire brace. It is something that you want to be a part of. It is something that you want to add to the history of this club, Madrid and England star Jude Bellingham said on Tuesday, ahead of the Arsenal return leg. There is not a lot you can do for Real Madrid in the Champions League that has not already been done. Tomorrow is an opportunity for us to do something that has not been done for the first time, and that is really important to us. Mikel Arteta faces a defining night of his reign as Arsenal boss. It will come in the Champions League quarter-final second leg in the magnificent setting of the Santiago Bernabeu on Wednesday night. Go through, and Arteta will go down as the manager who led Arsenal past the might of Real Madrid and to just 3 games from European glory. Go out, and Arteta will be the manager that threw away a 3-0 first leg lead, and suddenly questions will be asked about whether he can ever lead the club to the biggest trophies. If you lose from 3-0 up, it is a body blow which managers struggle to recover from. History does not look favourably on such surrenders. Unai Emery lost his job as Paris Saint-Germain boss a year after blowing a 4-0 first-leg win over Barcelona, who won the return 6-1 in 2016/17. That remains the biggest turnaround in the competition's history. Former Barcelona boss Ernesto Valverde suffered the same fate against Liverpool in 2018/19 after his team won the first leg 3-0, but lost the return 4-0 in one of Anfield's greatest European nights. Everyone remembers the glory and the victory, but we soon cast aside the losers. Football is a brutal game, and Arteta will be acutely aware of the dangers. It is a fine line between success and failure. While it is ridiculous to suggest winning 3-0 was in some way worse than to triumph by 1-0 or 2-0, it does in some perverse way raise the stakes. Real Madrid have the ability to turn their stadium into an intimidating cauldron, and despite their woeful display at the Emirates, they still believe they can turn it around. After Real Madrid won at Alaves on Sunday, Brazil superstar Vinicius Jr. said on social media, "Already thinking about Wednesday. We're ready and looking forward to it. We'll wait for you at the Bernabeu and we'll try everything. We are the Real. Hala Madrid." There is no way this tie is over. Arsenal produced their greatest night at the Emirates by overwhelming the 15-time European champions. Declan Rice scored 2 sensational free kicks. Arsenal completed a brilliant win, and it kept their season very much alive. Arsenal have had a frustrating season in the Premier League through injuries, too many draws, and in their eyes, bad refereeing decisions. They were supposed to be the team ready to step up if Manchester City faltered, but instead have been left trailing in Liverpool's wake. This team has gone backwards in the Premier League but can take an almighty step forward if they beat Real Madrid and then set up a semi-final against Aston Villa or PSG. What an opportunity. Arteta has done such a remarkable job at the Emirates. From a team and a club without direction when he took over nearly 6 years ago, they are on the up. But Arteta just has one trophy to show for it after winning the FA Cup in 2020. They have gone close in the Premier League title race but fallen short. Now, they have the opportunity to do what even the great Arsene Wenger, the greatest manager in the club's history, could not do. Win the Champions League. The back four is more surprising. Emmanuel Eboué, Kolo Touré, Philippe Senderos and Mathieu Flamini. Admittedly, Real did not have Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe. But Arsenal must do what that defence did. Survive the first 20 minutes, quell the crowd and get the job done. They must also not get caught in between wondering whether to stick or twist. Arsenal have experience of that themselves from 2011/12. Arsenal lost 4-0 to AC Milan in the San Siro, but the Italians did not know how to approach the return. Arsenal were 3-0 up before half-time, but just could not find the all-important fourth. These games, even with a healthy lead, are difficult to plan. But Arteta is a brilliant tactician, leaves no detail to chance, and will run through every scenario with his players. If Arsenal go through, it will underline Arteta's progress. If they go out, Arteta will have to lift the club off the canvas little over a week after their greatest night.